Alright guys, welcome back to FilmTake. We are here with a special guest named Chris Williams, who is actually a local performer. Music? Oh, sounds horrible. But yeah, we're here to interview him and find out a little bit more what he does. Austin, you want to take the lead?
Sure. Yeah, so I met Chris at the local Planet Fitness in Pinole. You guys should go there. He's a great guy. Get your daily cardio, workout, feel good. But we were just talking. I don't know how I brought it up, but he told me to listen to his music. I think I asked him what kind of music he played, and he just told me to listen to it. I listened to it on my car ride home, and I was feeling it. Like I almost double took and came back in. Man, this is great because the production value is great. Yeah, I'm not familiar with music terms, but there's the lyrical content, which is good, but the production value was really professional. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it did. Definitely took a lot of time, and I worked with some really, really great people to create it, and I was fortunate enough to come up with a good product that I think people would like, and it sounds very professional. But yeah.
So so starting off, I guess we can start off with getting to know you and your story. Before I get into that, before Austin talked about it, you guys, did you guys know about Chris and his music beforehand?
Not at all, not until Austin brought it up.
Yeah, not until Austin.
I was playing it in the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The first time I heard it was when we were gonna come and edit some videos, and then I heard the song and I was like, "Wow, this guy just sounds like Jason Mraz." Just spot on. And then I ended up listening a lot more of Austin to the point where I just ended up saving on my own playlist on Spotify, playing it and showing other people the song.
How do you feel about his music, Sam?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. First time I heard it is when we were here editing, and then you were playing Chameleon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I definitely like your style of songwriting and everything. Your lyrics are good, and it sounds appealing, But since this video is going to be about how getting to know you, so what age did you start getting into music? What drew you to?
Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where are you from?
Well, I'm from.
I guess I should ask that first.
Well, I'm from El Sobrante, California.
Leftovers. Yeah.
Yeah, the leftovers.
Me too.
Exactly.
Yeah, me too.
I pretty much lived there my whole life, so it's it's right by Richmond, but it's the leftovers. It's nobody knows about it. So anytime people ask me where I'm from, I generally just say Richmond, just because people know it a lot more. So when I say El Sobrante, they're like, oh, I don't know where that is. So, but yeah, no, as far as when I started really getting into music, I've just kind of always gravitated towards music, even when I was a kid. When I was 5, I would just always be singing. But as far as when I started actually learning and really taking it seriously, I was 13. I think it was in middle school. And my mom bought me my first guitar, and then I just taught myself how to play. So just kind of been...
So you were self-taught?
Yeah.
Mostly? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so.
that's cool.
So you never took lessons or anything?
Oh, wow. No, I just I read a lot of books about, learning how to play, and then, this is pre-YouTube, pre-anything, any social media where you can see anything, so you kind of just had to watch live videos of people playing and kind of emulate them, just back when we were doing CDs, so I would just play a CD and then just rewind and just go over the same section over and over again until I got it right.
Was it definitely hard learning all the chords and notes to it, or was it?
It felt pretty natural for me. I picked it up, I would say, fairly quickly. It's been so long. I'm 28 now, so 15 years is a long time to remember exactly what it was like when I was how difficult it was. But I'm also a music teacher, so I see the struggle that people go through when they're learning, and I empathize with them. So I know I remember that. I remember having a hard time with this one. So there's definitely times when it's difficult, but I couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was like anymore.
Okay. When did you write your first song?
Ooh, I would say right in probably freshman year of high school, so I was probably 15, something like that, and I would always be playing guitar. I bring my guitar to school and play during my breaks and stuff. And then my friend's like, "Why don't you just write a song?" And I was like, "I guess I could, but I don't know what I would talk about." And he's he's like, well, I don't know, just make up some stuff. And then I kind of just started singing it, and then he's like, that's pretty cool. And so I just kind of rolled with it, and then spent the rest of the day just in class writing songs rather than doing my assignments.
They really do like that.
Yeah, a lot of people back in middle school and high school, a lot of people just, or some people that are musically inclined will just like bring their guitars out in lunch or something like that and just play them, or just to show off. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. They like to show off.
So what I want to ask you is, growing up, and you know how you're saying that you really started to like music, and you're just really into it. Did you ever think that you were going to pursue it as a career or just like as a passion or anything?
When I was first learning, no, I just kind of did it to learn songs and like cover songs and just have an enjoyment of being I can play this song, I can play that song. It's kind of cool. And then as I got into high school, and I kind of like joined the band, then when I pretty much the first time I knew I was like, I really want to do this is when I first performed in front of like the whole school. And we played a cover song though. It was Johnny Be Good, Chuck Berry. And just the adrenaline rush I got from playing was just like so intense. I was like, I gotta feel like this all the time. All the time. It's nice to get noticed for something that you like to do. So when playing for people, like you not only feel their energy, but it just makes you feel good from like, so you feel their vibes, and when you realize that they're really enjoying it, it just makes you feel good. And so like I just kind of just been chasing that feeling ever since.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because me and Sam, remember we used to dance and stuff like that. Yeah. So basically we had this whole thing at the was it the goodbye rally at our high school?
Yeah, it was a goodbye rally at our high school, and then basically we have like a history of B1. We've been B1 since middle school, but we took like a break. And we came back for like a goodbye rally because our senior year we're leaving. But once we're performing, like that kind of adrenaline rush, like people love seeing us back together and everything. It was
so we could definitely relate to like feeling like people like the crowd's energy coming back to us and giving us energy. Because like at first it's like really nerve-wracking, you get nervous, but then all of a sudden everyone's enjoying it and you start enjoying it. So yeah, I definitely feel like what you're talking about. Yeah. And something else I wanted to talk about as well is, in terms of, just having it as a hobby, but then eventually just gaining experience. Where do you think most of your experience comes from, whether if it's performances or just practicing or, just seeing other artists and just getting inspiration?
Experience meaning like...
when you're confident enough to say that, I guess you can always say you're an artist, or like we can always say we're dancers, but there's a certain part where you just feel confident in your abilities. So I just want to know where you feel confident as well. Yeah,
I guess I would say as far as I've developed more confidence over time. One funny thing is that when I used to play gigs, I used to just be a guitar player and I would just back up other people. And before those shows, I would literally get nauseous. I would not eat all day. I would get sick to my stomach. And the show would be at 8 o'clock at night. I wouldn't eat all day. I'd just be sick because I was so nervous about playing and just what people thought. And then as I've gotten older and I do my own music, I've gotten to the point where I know myself and I know my abilities, and now that I play my own music, it's different when you play your own music compared to someone else's music, because when you're playing someone else's music, you feel like you want to do them justice. But when you're playing your own music, the music is me. Like my music is me. So I don't have to. It just comes out. It's not like one of those things. I rehearse, of course, but it's so natural to me because I wrote it that I feel it I feel so strongly that every lyric is just ingrained in me. So it's more like when I'm singing a song that I wrote.
It's more so you rather than spitting out the image.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really playing what I rehearsed. I'm playing me.
Yeah. It's an expression rather than you doing a cover. You feel like you have to, like there's a certain way to do the cover. Because how the original artist did it. But since you're the original artist, it's just an expression.
Exactly. It's like a poem. If I were to write a poem and then read the poem, it would sound different if you read my poem. And so it's really just a confidence in my abilities, but just knowing myself. That's really where the confidence comes from. When you know yourself, you believe in yourself. That's, you don't have anything to hide.
Okay. And on another note, like, and you being like a solo singer, like you said you were in a band before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start thinking or have the thought of, I want to start doing my own music, I want to start becoming more solo?
Yeah. Well, that was always it. I've always had that. That was always a goal, basically, to do my own music and write my own songs and perform myself. Kind of just meeting other musicians and getting to play with them was part of the learning experience, I guess you could say. So it was, by the time I was 20, I was like, okay, I'm ready to do my own thing. But that's kind of, the music industry is interesting, is that you could just branch off and go solo right away, but I didn't feel I had enough depth in my musical abilities where I didn't have a wide enough range of styles that I've learned how to play yet. And so it was nice playing with, I played in reggae bands, I played in rock bands, I played in...
Basically like getting different experiences and perspectives of the music industry.
And then a big part of it is it's so easy to say, oh, I want to go solo, but how do you get a gig? How do you do these things? Well, when you don't really know anybody, it's pretty much about, you end up going to open mics and stuff and playing at those, which is fine, but you really have to branch out and meet people and really socialize in the music world to know how to do that, because you're not going to just walk up to a venue and say, hey, I want to play here, and they're going to be like, okay, you got to know somebody who knows somebody.
Like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly. You got to have some credentials. Oh, I've played here before, but I played here with this band.
Yeah, kind of build a network,
Mm-hmm.
kind of build an understanding of like your local environment and how it works in terms of gigging and
exactly.
Yeah. So I heard that you said that you played in different types of bands, like reggae bands and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up and going through like your whole music career, has your music taste changed at all? And I also want to know who's your big inspiration, if you have any.
Okay. Well, I mean, growing up, my musical taste hasn't changed. It has expanded.
Okay.
Because I still love all the music I liked when I was a kid, and now I just added to that. My library has just gotten bigger. I love all music, and I guess I should say I love all music where the artist really expresses themselves. They took the time to work on their craft and be proud of a product that they're putting out there, not just someone who's record something for mass production just for the media and it's like, oh, this will sell. Like, that's not my style. So I don't like that kind of music. Personally, I can appreciate why they're doing it, but I don't like that. So that would not be included in my library. But yeah, I've expanded that over time. And then I forgot what your second question.
Oh, and sorry about that. I just threw that in there because I thought about it. Yeah. So any big inspirations you've had?
Yeah. The Beatles are always number one, but specifically John Lennon. He was I just related to his lyrics so much on so many songs. Jimi Hendrix is like my idol as far as guitar playing goes, and just as a person, I think he was just a really cool individual. I mean, see, that's the thing, is like with music now and music back like in the 60s and 70s and different eras, is now I feel like every artist, you don't really know them. You see this superficial thing that the media presents, so you don't really know them as a person, like who they truly are. Whereas back a long time ago, they just wore their colors on their sleeves.
Yeah, I can kind of see that because back in the day, well, I'm not sure because I'm not from back in the day, but I could kind of see like a bit of a difference. Whereas and nowadays, media is portraying artists in the way, they're always like just putting up a front or something like that. Like say, I guess I'll give you an example, like Lady Gaga. Before because like I remember watching. Have you seen the movie for her?
Oh, A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I was watching a bit of it, and like apparently she was like she was like a different type of singer. Like she had a different kind of a vibe to her. And around 2006 or something. Well, when she first came out as Lady Gaga, she ended up doing a bunch of pop stuff and getting all this makeup and whatever. You know, she got all Hollywood up basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think media just ends up, you know, kind of just taking away the art aspect of it and just more so portraying or just getting that cash grab at the end of the day sometimes. But I definitely, back in the day, it was more so just because you like the person and just like the music. It was a little bit more just natural as opposed to nowadays, but that's kind of debatable now.
Yeah, it's really, who knows?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to put an end to this one. We'll be moving on to the next segment. So.
For sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Alright, we can cut the camera.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Craig's taking it by my phone.